I told y'all Jay-Z was recording.
Speaking of hip-hop legends, Memphis Bleek just dropped some major hints about Jay-Z's next move. On his recent appearance on Drink Champs with Nori and DJ EFN, Bleek shared stories from the road and revealed he wants to add a verse to Jay-Z's new project. Bleek even talked about their recent performance together in Las Vegas, saying he knows Jay-Z is working on new music, possibly for a 2025 album.
Shit, I just was with him in Vegas. He came out on the show like, yo, I'm about to, yeah. Okay. Yo, he just came out on the show and my nigga, they went stupid. I said, listen, I know you working. Save me a verse. He's like, all right, I got you.
What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking fact. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Me and TJ, we was always theorizing. We always talk about this on, well, not always, but on the What Show. We do that on Wednesday nights, and we've been saying for a couple months that we believe that Hov, aka Jay-Z, is recording a new album. We feel like he's been recording it for a while, and I went so far as to say I think the reason he was held up and delayed of dropping it was the accusations from the woman who said that him and Diddy had assaulted her back in the early 2000s, I want to say, when she was about 13 years old. She had said that him and Diddy had assaulted her at Diddy's home in New Jersey. Now, I think that delayed him or probably derailed him from recording the music that he was trying to record. But I feel like you could just feel it in the air that something was coming. It felt like he was low-key working because he jumped out on stage with Beyonce, and it felt like he's trying to get back in that bag. When you're an artist, you need that energy, and you need to kind of remind yourself sometimes. Like, all of us get we're all tools, and if you don't sharpen that tool and you don't give that tool the encouragement it needs, then that tool can get dull. And once it gets dull, you don't have the same confidence. So I think Jay probably was like, you know what? And because we figured out that Jay records dolo, like him, and it'll be him, probably Guru, and whoever's going to be the producer of that at that time, like such as with him with 444, right? What's my guy? No ID, right? So maybe it's just him and No ID hold up, going through beats and just letting stuff marinate, seeing what he's going to do. I would definitely give it a spin, and I would also go so far as to say Hov probably would go have another #1 album. I think Hov could drop out of nowhere right now. I think he could drop a 12, 13 track album right now tonight at midnight, and I think that in 7 days that thing would probably most likely go #1, especially if it got like any kind of features. Even without features, any Beyonce feature, that thing going through the moon. And I think that we miss it. I think we need that. Like, it's been a lot of rap that has dropped. It's been a lot of nonsense and a lot of good stuff, but it hasn't been that much grown man rap. And I think Hov might have cornered that market. There's a lot of, let's say, underground rappers that's spitting grown man rap, that's giving you that reality rap, that's talking about, just being older and that shit that Andre 3000 says he can't rap about, that colonoscopy rap. But it ain't that many people giving it to you like that, telling you, yo, don't throw your money in a strip club, buy a building, like shit like that. So I think it's time for that wise old sage shit, rapping that we get when Jay-Z drops. I believe that we miss it, bro. And I think right now is the perfect time. After this whole battle, it finally settled down. This whole thing is this whole battle is really concluded. All we got now is this bubble bath lawsuit, and we got GNX, and we got the clips, and we got JID, and we got just a whole lot of releases that are bringing back people willing to sit still and listen to your actual words, bro. Like, so now I think right now is the perfect time for him to drop. He couldn't drop in the middle of the whole, I don't think the mumble rap and vibe era and the drill era, all of those little eras had their moment. We went through all of those, and I don't think it would have been a good time for them to drop, because they would have been more concerned about how much did it sell first week, da-da-da. What's he talking about? Who's he dissing? Da-da-da. Right now, I think people they kind of took a woosah. I think people could actually sit still, put that album on and let that play, and actually give it a good listen and listen to the lyrical content. I think that's what we're missing right now. And according to Memphis Bleek, That's what we're about to get. Let me read this article and see why I'm saying it, that he got an album coming, because nothing's been confirmed. No one knows anything, but Bleek is putting out little breadcrumbs, some Rockefeller breadcrumbs, right? And I believe I've been saying for at least almost 2 years, I thought Hov was working low key, quietly, and especially in the last 6-7 months, I've been feeling like, yo, this dude, when he gets past this Tony Busby, this whole Diddy thing, this whole trial and this and that, which his case already got dropped. They dropped the when he tried to disbar. Well, the accuser dropped her case, and then Jay-Z tried to get Tony Busby disbarred, which I thought was a landslide, a lock. But I did a video a couple months back saying I was wrong because they dropped Jay-Z's countersuit against Busby. I think Busby had the judge in his pocket, low key, not in his pocket. I'm not gonna say that, but I think where Hov did it at, that's his area. So they kind of like they're gonna stick up for each other. So they dropped it. I thought Busby was gonna get his license revoked, but I think now that all of that's settled, Hov back to making liquid gold in the kitchen for the kids, which is macaroni and cheese. He back home chilling, or they on tour doing whatever. Now he can sit down. Him and Guru could just focus on some music. This is the perfect time, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. And I know that all like the old school niggas, they like dropping in the fourth quarter on some bullshit. So we can get that shit in the fourth quarter. Like that's some old school shit. Like it don't matter no more. But they used to love it. It's fourth quarter, that's mine. Like, it's whatever. Let me get it. And that would be bad for Drake, because I guess he's allegedly supposed to be trying to drop in the fourth quarter. The Iceman thing, that would be awful if this dude drop a surprise album around the same damn time. You know the rumors are that Jay like to drop when Nas dropped. They're like, Jay always trying to tarnish Nas drops his releases. But that's old wives' tale. But let me read this article. Jay-Z could be plotting his musical return. Memphis Bleek spills on Drink Champs. Memphis Bleek says Jay-Z is back in the studio. Damn, he just said it. It's like, yeah, Hov in the studio. Like, I know this dude don't like nobody saying that shit. Sparking hopes that the hip-hop icon may finally return with a new album after 8 years. Damn, it's been 8 years. Do y'all remember when 444 dropped and they started putting up these random, they didn't have no name, it just was these pink billboards with 444, and they were like, we think Jay-Z's about to drop. It didn't say Jay-Z, it didn't say nothing, it just was like 444, that was it. Album came out, dropped the whole shit. Listen, y'all remember that shit shut down? Whole lot of motherfuckers learned who Eric Benet was, right? Never ever be Eric Benet, right? It dropped. It was some grown man. It was just samples. It was just a dude rapping over some samples. And that thing went crazy. And everybody had something to say. And a lot of people talked a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, that album made a lot of noise for an old head, right? It's an old man that's supposed to be washed up and out the game. And when that dropped, this is what y'all people don't understand. It don't even matter whether you liked it or not. If I'm 50 something and I drop a record that make the entire industry stop what they doing and listen, then I still got influence, right? I still got power. That's power. Eminem, all these guys, they make everybody put their pens down and go listen. Everybody, like, it's certain guys in their 50s that when they drop, you like it or don't, you go and listen regardless. And that's what's going to happen with this again. And this is what makes this guy one of the greatest artists. I know a lot of people build up a lot of hate over the years for certain people. And Jay-Z is one of them guys that get a lot of hate. But I feel like if you still going to go listen to it. So that's where we at. Let me finish. Jay-Z and the word retirement have never truly mixed. But it's been 8 years since his last solo album, 444, changed the conversation around grown man rap. That 2017 record cemented his role as the elder statesman of hip-hop, a mogul who can rap about wealth, mistakes, and redemption without losing his edge. Now whispers suggest the Rocnation founder may be sharpening his pen again. I believe in it, and I think that he may have been the closest thing we got to a Mr. Morale, because Mr. Morale is deep, introspective. It's saying things that you probably shouldn't say out loud. Well, 444 did that. 444 did all. A lot of stuff Jay was saying, very introspective, it was philosophical, and it was a lot of teachable moments, a lot of quotables in there. So I feel like we need that in hip hop. There's no balance, and when it comes, it's so far and few between, and then it gets so heavily criticized. People, they don't want change, but they need it. It's like you don't want Robitussin, but you need it, right? So they'll hate it now, and then they'll start to grow up and and then they'll be like, damn, we needed that record. I needed that record. People don't always want the medicine when they first get it. I was ready for it, and a lot of people my age was ready for it. I heavily played 444, but I think some people, a lot of dudes still in their second childhood, a lot of dudes was my age and was like, couldn't feel it, wasn't ready for it. Like a lot of dudes my age, they wasn't ready for Mr. Morale. They can't feel it. But Mr. Morale has forever changed hip hop because slowly you see a lot of other records that get critical acclaim. They come in with a more thoughtful, philosophical, and a mindful regretment about things they've done, how they want to be better. And they talk about the whole world. They talk about therapy. They talk about the mistakes. It makes a better record. Grown men don't want to always hear about how much you win all the time. We want to hear your mistakes. We want to hear about your parents may have died and may have hurt you. We want to hear a deeper meaning with this stuff. We want to hear how you got to be where you are and what you learned on the way. That's what we get when we get an album from an artist such as Hov. In a fresh interview, longtime collaborator Memphis Bleek claimed Hov is back in the booth. Quote, he's recording. Bleek said on the Drink Champs podcast, whether or not we hear it is another story. Damn, don't do that. The hell we talking about? The Brooklyn native also revealed that he asked his mentor for a verse, and Jay's response was simple. He has me. The rumor comes at a time when Jay has been spotted on stage with Beyonce during her global run, sliding into verses that sent fans into a frenzy. Those brief appearances sparked rumors that the billionaire rapper might finally be gearing up for a project after years of focusing on business, philanthropy, and family. Memphis Bleek said similar things in the past, but this Drink Champs interview feels different. As you know, that's a show famous for letting liquor loosen the lips. Some may question whether Jay is actually plotting his official return because time has changed so much. He may just be laying down verses here and there. Still, Bleek has rarely spoken without reason. They might be seeding the landscape. I feel like a man like Hov don't really do nothing with no purpose. I can't see him making a whole lot of records just to have in a vault for what, for who, what, why? Why would you waste your time recording if you're never going to drop it? I don't think it, and I get it. He may have done it in the past. He recorded da-da-da. He may have felt that it wasn't up to par, but I'm thinking at this point in time, let's just be honest. We're thinking about our mortality at this age. We're thinking about our legacy at this age, right? You got a song, Legacy, Legacy, Legacy. You're thinking about your legacy at this age. And you're like, do I want fucking some shit I did 8 years ago to be the last thing people hear from me? Is that where I want to end this? Know that on 444? I don't think a man that's pushing, like you say, he pushing 60. I don't think a man pushing 60 wants a record that's 8 years old to be the final chapter when he still can spit clearly. So I would say that this stuff is going to come out to some degree. Maybe now, maybe after his death. I don't know. We don't know. But at some point, what he's making, I think he's going to mean it for the world to hear. Let me finish. The timing feels right, too. Beyonce has wrapped her latest tour, The Carters. The children are heading back to school. And Jay-Z has been unusually quiet in an industry where silence often signals a storm brewing. The chatter could also redirect attention away from gossip about his personal life and back to music that made him one of rap's most enduring figures. If 444 was the confessional, maybe the next chapter will be the celebration. Fans have waited nearly a decade for another full length from Hov. Whether it comes to this year or maybe next year or never at all, the possibility alone is enough to remind everyone why Jay-Z names still hold weight. And I'm even going to go so far as to say I want some features on there. I want to see a new him and Nas. I want to see a him and Pusha T and Malice. I want to see maybe get a I don't know if Freddie would fit that album, but I would like to see. I like what Graf is doing. I want to see him on that remix. Graf did that Rockefeller Chain. I would like to see him. I would like to see Graf get on a Jay-Z album. Let me see who else. A Kendrick verse on there would be dope. Like if he have just them features alone will push this thing over the top. And I think what we need too, y'all gonna laugh at this one. Hope needs some get back. We need Eminem on there. We need a new Renegades. It ain't got to be called Renegades, but yeah, we gotta get some get back, man. This shit going along too damn far. You got Washington on record. Listen, man, we need some get back, man. I need an Eminem and Hov. I need a rematch, gang. I don't feel that he washed them, but it was Eminem beat, gang. Don't y'all realize that Eminem made the damn beat the Renegade? Of course, he gonna spit. He gonna flow to it better. That's just how that goes, gang. But listen, let me know what you think in the comments, man. Do you think Hov got a new record or what have you coming out, and do you even want to hear it? All right, CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They got all kind of flavors. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night we go live on the What Show. Me, TJ, and Flares. We talk about a lot of hip-hop related subjects. and we most likely will be discussing this. Tap in, get in the comments, let us know you in the building. All right, I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh,